Hey everyone, this video will help you with the order of operations and evaluating expressions. So a friendly reminder of order of operations. You might have learned it as PEMDAS in years past. When we're dealing with PEMDAS, that's a shortcut for parentheses or any other grouping symbols you might have. Then exponents, so things like maybe 2 to the third or something like that. After that, the next step is multiplication and division. I have them grouped together because you do all the multiplying and dividing you see in the order they appear in left to right. That means you might divide before you multiply. Last but not least, this is similar, addition and subtraction, they go together. You do all the adding and subtracting that you have going in order left to right. Let's take a look at an example problem. So here's my first problem. I do have some parentheses, so I'm going to start by taking care of things inside the parentheses, which is right here. 18 minus 6 gives me 12. Everything else is going to stay the same, so I'm just going to bring that down. So parentheses, done. We don't have any exponents, so we're done there. Next up would be multiplication and division. I actually have a lot of this going on. I'm going to do them in order left to right. So the first one I see right here, I'm going to do first, even though it's division. 12 divided by 6 is 2. Everything else continues down. Next up, I have more multiplying and dividing. 2 times 21 is 42. And then all we have left is that one last division. 42 divided by 3 is 14. You're welcome to use a calculator to help you with some of these steps. Also, not so much on this problem, but as you see some other problems in the future, if there's steps you're comfortable skipping, go for it. Be patient with me while I write my next one. Okay, so we're going to go through our order of operations just like before. Notice that we do have parentheses, and in fact, we have parentheses inside of parentheses. When that happens, you start with the very innermost set of parentheses, which is this right here. 8 divided by 2 is 4. There's still a squared on that number. It's still inside this big set of parentheses with the minus 4. And then times 5. Within our set of parentheses, so looking at just what's inside here, we want to follow the order of operations. Would I do the exponent first or subtract first? Exponents would happen next. So 4 squared is 16. I still need parentheses around that because I'm not done with everything inside there. Then I subtract. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. 16 minus 4 is 12. I got rid of the parentheses here because I was done with everything inside them. And then 12 times 5 gives us 60 for our final answer. Now the next few problems that we are looking at are going to look a little different because we are going to start off with a bunch of variables. Okay, so they give us this lovely expression right here. They want us to use h equals 4, j equals 3, k equals 2. We can't use our order of operations until we've plugged these values in. So every time I see an h, I'm going to put a 4. Every time I see a j, I'm going to put a 3. Every time I see a k, I'm going to put a 2. So I got things kind of lovely color coding stuff going on for us. Let's go ahead and take care of that. So anything that's not a variable is going to stay exactly the same. So j was 3. Parentheses. Next up, h is 4. That plus sign is going to stay the same because it's not getting changed into anything. Next up, k was 2. Remember, you have 2 sets of parentheses here, so close those both off. Divide by 6. This now looks like stuff that we saw in the last couple problems. So we're going to use order of operations. In my order of operations, I do have parentheses, and just like the last one, I have parentheses inside of parentheses. I'm going to start with that very inside set, which is right here, 4 plus 2. So that parentheses 3 stays the same. 4 plus 2 is 6. I'm done with the stuff inside that parentheses, but I do need to keep parentheses around it because that shows multiplying. And then still divided by 6. Let's finish off our parentheses stuff here. 3 parentheses 6 means 3 times 6. Multiply, which gives me 18. And then to finish it off, 18 divided by 6 is 3. Let's try one more. It's going to be another one where we sub some values in. Our last one. Make sure that when you're doing these expressions, you go all the way to the end on your homeworks and such. There's going to be a semicolon. This will all be written on one line. I just kind of ran myself out of room. Anywho, same thing as the last problem. All of our y's are going to turn into 3's. I'm going to go ahead and just write those 3's while I'm thinking about it. All of our z's are going to turn into 5's. And then I'm just going to fill in everything else. So I started with the parentheses. Z was 5 minus 3, parentheses, divided by 6 plus my z, which is 5. I meant to underline those z's and I forgot. Oops. There we go. We had more parentheses inside of parentheses action. We start on the very inside set of parentheses, so I'm going to start right here. 5 minus 3 is 2. It needs to stay in those parentheses. Everything else that we had before, we just bring along. Finish off the set of parentheses here. 3 times 2 is 6. Now that I'm done with everything inside the parentheses, I don't need any more parentheses. And then we have 2 things left, division or addition. Division comes first before addition, so I'm going to start with my dividing. 6 divided by 6 is 1. And then to finish that off, 1 plus 5 is just 6. Hopefully this was helpful to you. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you have a wonderful day.